Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Betway Midas Mode Sir Saddam's Revenge 2 blog. Devlog, that is. It's me, Sir Action Slice, the dev of Midas Mode 2. Today, we are going to talk about kind of what's been going on for the last couple weeks, where we're headed off. We got some new announcements coming up of our new sponsors that have officially signed their documents. They're ready to rock. We're going to get it rolling. So, let's see. First things first, I guess we should actually hold off on the big surprise and announce these sponsor boys so we can put their logos up. I'm sure they'd appreciate that on the blog. We're going to supplement this announcer with, this announcement, excuse me, with, you know, a video on its own because super thankful for the sponsors, and I think it will be funny to make individual videos for each one of them. So we're going to go through. Let me get these boys. Let me get this shit. Hold on. Almost. Okay, I got it. Okay. Who's right? Shut off the music. Ladies and gentlemen, our first new official sponsor of Betway Midas Mode 2. The first one who has signed the contracts besides the title sponsor, who has given us the love. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is! Oh, wait, I want to do them after. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is! It's Hot Spawn! It's Hot Spawn, ladies and gents! Let's talk about Hot Spawn for a bit. Okay, so, what does Hot Spawn do? Hot Spawn is a website that does the news. It's esports news. And they are actually going to go to our event. We're going to have a correspondent from them do our post-game interviews with the pros. They're going to cover all the news. And, yeah, it's a great website. I've been on there a while. They just wrote a great article for TI about Vici Gaming. So keep an eye out for Hot Spawn. We're going to go and make them a little video to tell you guys exactly what they do. But they're an official sponsor. Everything that's about the players, any kind of talking, any kind of interviews, they'll be at the event. And we got some other, fun things that we're going to have with them doing. But I would like to make a full trailer about that later. So, no sneak peeks for you, you goobs. Let me put their logo up there, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, I gotta find their logo. Where's the gosh darn logo? Oh. Where is... Oh, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're adding them to the list, baby. Oh, there they are. Boom, the first spot. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for the next one? Maybe I should actually get the white version up there. Might be better for the... Maybe better on the background. Hold on. Yeah, that's much better. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our first official sponsor, the soft launch. That's Hot Spawn. Woo! But that's not all, ladies and gents. We have one more. Ladies and gentlemen, contract is signed. Boys are in. Are you ready for our next sponsor of Midas Mode? Well, Betway Midas Mode 2. It is... Malwarebytes, baby! Oh my god, am I pumped about this one, boys. Malwarebytes. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been using Malwarebytes for years on all my PCs. Every time that I go to my parents' house and they're downloading all sorts of garbage, I just put this bad boy in and I clean up their entire PC. When they contacted me and said they were interested in sponsoring, I got so hyped because I actually love that product. It was a dream come true. So, Malwarebytes is in, boys. They will be, you know, we're going to do some fun stuff with them, which I will announce later. But it is exciting to have them added to the team. Very good stuff. And I'll tell you all about them later. But honestly, it's a free program you can download. Oh, that does not look good. We'll have to fix that later. But it's free. There's a trial version that you can get. It cleans up your PC. Saved my booty many a times. I'll get you a better logo than that, Malwarebytes. Let's just leave that bad boy white for now. there you go, our second. Yeah, that is nice to be filling this bad boy out. Woo! It is good products, good times, and we've got some official sponsor. Now, we do have some bad news. One of our sponsors, one of our gold package sponsors, unfortunately has pulled out. Now, of course, I never announced who that sponsor is. And I'm not going to badmouth anybody here, but it's bad. It's bad stuff. We were pretty much fully funded. If everybody went through on all of the sponsorship stuff, we were actually, for one of the first times in Moonduck history, in the green instead of the gray, which means we have barely enough to pay for it, or horrifically in the red, as we have been a few times before. But with that pull-out of that gold level sponsor package, we are back into barely the gray. So, sad times as well. But that does mean that all we have to do is get back on the hunt and find ourselves one more sponsor, baby. The hunt is back on, and I gotta go back on the grind. The grind was over. Daddy was relaxing. But now we're back in. We have 1 month to find somebody else to sponsor this goddamn tournament. And as soon as we do, we're back in the green, baby. I know it's scary. I know it's terrifying. But there's space for one more boy. So we're going to go hard. We're going to find them. And we're not going to give up. Because if we do, this company's going bankrupt. Let's go. Anyway. So, let's talk about where we're at now. Oh, I don't like TT's theme. That makes me actually upset. Let's go to Ancient Lake. TT was a real pain in my ass in this game. Alright, so, what are we going to talk about today? We have a few things to talk about, what we've been doing over the last 2 weeks, I think it's been, since I made a Midas Mode blog. And we're talking about future plans as well. As far as sales numbers go, we're looking pretty good. But of course, we've sold out of our VIP experience for the entire event. We've also sold out of the weekend. Now, it's pretty normal in these esports events to sell out, of course, on the grand finals. And then not do too great during the week. I think only TI really sells out for the weekend. I'm not for the week itself. I'm not sure many people actually go during the week. I think they just buy the tickets and don't get to make it. So, yeah, we got to bump up the sales a little bit for the normal passes. Now, this is exciting stuff because let's talk about the difference between the VIP experience and the normal ticket. The VIP experience, of course, in my philosophy means it should be more than just sitting closer to the screen. It should be, you know, I don't know what it is. Diddy Kong's too quick for me. I'm not feeling it, guys. I'm not feeling Diddy Kong. It's too fast. Oh, this is nice. This is nice stuff today. Alright, so anyway, we have talked to the venue, and it will be possible to add some more VIP tickets. Surprisingly, I didn't think that would be able to happen, but we can get some more space in there, so that's very exciting for us. Besides that, we got to talk about the normal attendee experience. Now, in my opinion, of course, your normal attendee should be having a good time. Of course, the VIPs get a little bit more. But at the same time, you've got to focus on those normal peeps. You got to make it attractive for them to go and get tickets. So I've come up with several systems to make that actually entertaining. Of course, Midas Mode, we're really focusing on the goodie bags as one way to do it. We're focusing on comfortable seating as well. We're in talks with the venue right now, and from the numbers that we have, we think it actually might be possible that every single person might actually get to sit on a couch instead of a fold-out chair. Now, of course, that ain't great for our ticket sales numbers, but it is good for the audience experience. But more importantly, I've been working on a lot of stuff to get people, more excited about getting the normal, standardized tickets. One of those things that I will tell you about now, that I actually am going to make a trailer for later, is we're hoping to have a system with QR codes. This is kind of a big leak here for you, boys, but we've been developing a system where everybody in the attendance of Midas Mode can scan a QR code on their phone, opens up an app, and then they actually get to do stuff like, do the first ban of every game, or every time somebody randoms, the audience gets to pick the hero. I think that one might be broken. because, teams will just literally pick techies every time. QR code, that's right. Hey, you know what? In China, they use that a lot on WeChat. I'm just saying. So anyway, we're going to do that. We're going to see what we could do. And, oh yeah, local host. That's right, Dingus Dota. So we'll see. I don't know. So our next wave of trailers for Midas Mode are going to be directed at normal tickets, because we need to get people just excited about attending normally. We're also in talks with schools in the local area to try to see if we can't bump up those normal ticket sales, talking to local colleges and seeing if we can get more of a local fare. It makes perfect sense to me. If I were coming out from out of state or out of country, I'd definitely buy the VIP ticket, but I don't know if I'd get a normal ticket, especially without the LAN access pass. So we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, the experience really for your normal ticket holders, I think it should be almost the same as the VIP, except VIP gets to have these really personal, more interactive experiences, but everyone still gets to have fun. So we're going to see what happens there. We're going to work on that bad boy. We'll have a trailer coming out for you next week about some of our stuff geared towards normal attendees, so we can try to boost those numbers. Because, boys, normal attendees numbers are not looking too impressive. We've sold out of all the nice good stuff. We got to sell out of the normal stuff, so we'll see what happens. Yep, of course, Gangski. The questions come at the end, so no worries. All right, so let's talk about other big, exciting stuff. Right now, we're working on our goodie bags and starting to finally order a bunch of stuff from Amazon and, custom make some things for people that attend. For me, goodie bags have always been a big deal because I think that they're what you keep in your house after you're done with the event. You look on them on your little shelf, and it gets you your memories. So we're trying to do as much of that as we can. Of course, as you guys know, a bunch of our money is, put out to making the tournament run. But in this tournament in particular, we're looking to focus a lot on the fans since the teams aren't coming. So a lot of that money that we're spending hopefully go into those goodie bags, those fans experience, and try to buff that up a little bit as much as we can. In other news, we're currently researching our trophy. Last year, of course, we just took mannequin hands and spray painted them gold, which was, honestly great. But we're trying to see if we can get an actual trophy around. Trophies are fun. They don't really serve a purpose, though, and they are quite a money sink. If you want a real nice-looking trophy, it's going to cost you, almost $1,000 or $2,000. Of course, it is important. But if you want a decent trophy, the thing about trophies is that they don't do anything. Especially in Midas mode, it's not like we're going to mail them to the team. What the hell does the team want with a mannequin hand? So we'll see what happens. Anyway. So, trophies are being developed right now as well. I'm not going to announce that either yet. Just in production. A local guy from Dota 2 that makes some stuff. I'm not going to drop the name, but make some 3D modeling stuff. We're thinking about doing that for the trophy, and we'll see where we're going with that. So let's talk about other stuff, if I may. Right now we're hard in on stage design. Now let's go to a real conversation. Shut off the music. If there's one thing that people get really wrong in esports, it's the stage design. Some people have no idea what they're doing, and I don't understand it. Now, I'm not here to call anybody out, but let's take some look at some desks. All right? Now, this makes no sense to me as somebody who works a lot of esports events. I'm going to look up some pictures while I'm rambling here, but you have the opportunity to make something super cool and to... Oh, God. That's on you guys. Sorry about that. I almost destroyed you. So, anyway. In an esports event, there's like 3 things the audience get to see, right? They get to see the in-game stuff, which is what most people are there for. They get to see the arena, the stage, the crowd shots, and all that jazz. And then they get to see the desk. And some people spend so much time on the arena and all that jazz. And the arena's great. It's nice to watch people walk in, go to their seats, play their games. But the majority of the time in an esports event is at the desk. Yet nobody wants to have any fun with the desks. All right? I'll just grab a random picture off the old internet here. Okay? Look at this desk. What is this? What does this bring to anybody? What is this? There's some fire in the background. There's some bamboo. Honestly, this is not a bad representation of having a little fun with your desk, having something visually nice to look at. Very professional, put together. I gotta say, the bamboo's a good touch. But let's get some other things over here. Look at this desk. What's the deal with this desk? You could do so much with this shit, and it's what people actually get to see. Look at this desk. That's a nice desk. It's yellow. It's good. But you could do so much more, baby. This is what the audience is going to be seeing most of the time. And you can loosen up your panel by having a little bit of fun with it. Now, there's a lot of guys in esports that get this wrong, and they just put a normal desk out there. It's hardly entertaining at all. And it really helps with talent, loosening them up, getting them more excited, let them have more fun. Let me show you something that's happening right now. And the experts of this in the entire scene, the best dudes in the entire scene for making dope-ass desks and dope-ass, just basically themes. Because thematicking your tournament, that is definitely not a word, but making your tournament feel thematic, it brings the audience in, and it makes your audience your people that are working have more fun. So here's a short example. The best dudes in the business, the guys I personally look up to for their dedication to themes and having fun. This tournament is literally happening right now. You know them, you love them. It's WePlay. If there's one group that gets this shit right, it's WePlay. Look at that desk, boys. Now, they're having an Underlords tournament right now, and they're thematically going for the gangs of New York, the 1980s Build-A-Butcher shit. But let's fast forward here and take a look at what it actually looks like when the boys are on. Now, I don't know if these guys have been, watching my tournaments. I don't know if they watched Midas Mode last. Look at this, boy! WePlay, I love you, but I know you're copying my shit right here, and I love you for it. Look at this. Nice thematic stage. Everybody on stage is wearing a costume. They're having fun with it. They got their top hats on. Everybody's linked in here. Boom, baby. It just makes it more entertaining to watch. Of course, it does look a little ridiculous sometimes, but at the same time, it's eye candy. It's good. Look what you can do with those shots. Look at those splash screens that are all thematic as well. It's not just random, dubstep when they go and throw to a game or throw to a commercial. Every single thing is thematic, and it shows that they had care. They actually gave a shit. Now, this is the same desk that they've used for every single event, but look what they did. They just put a little bit of wood on the side. That's fucking great. And by the way, did you guys know that esports desks, there's some kind of mafia, and they cost like $10 billion? Literally, they are so expensive. I think I've heard quotes of $20,000 to $30,000 or some shit being built for an esports desk. It's honestly ridiculous. So, yes, these desks are actually a big goddamn deal. But only WePlay, especially in the Dota scene. Look at that caster booth, dude! God damn, son! That is so good. That is so thematic. They're the only boys who get it. God, that is nice. Ah! Anyway, I'm not building a goddamn desk for Midas Mode 2. You think I'm going to drop $30,000 on a goddamn desk? I don't think so. Now, there's a few times where WePlay might go a little insane. Let me show you a picture of that. Now, I think themes are great. Oh, that does not pop up any results. WePlay Valentine. Yeah, there we go. There's a couple times where they lose it. Such as the, the Valentine's Day thing where everybody was dressed up in these terrifying costumes. Yes. Now, I love your WePlay, but this bad boy, why is there music playing? What the hell is that? Why would I want to? Oh, all right, here we go. Now, some might say this might be a little too much. This might be a little bit disturbing, almost in a way. But I do respect the love of theme here. I still think that that's extremely important. But at the same time, it's a rough road. Like these boys right here, this is just frightening. What's happening here? I'm highly disturbed. But their love of theme is great, and it really does bring the audience in. It's a shame. It's a shame that they don't actually get to, their streams and stuff aren't getting the viewership that other tournaments are getting right now. I know what people are saying. Of course, you have to have that balance between, professional esports and people don't, stuff like that. Well, that is a bad picture. But at the same time, you can toe the line between having something that's thematic and not having something that turns people away because it's a little bit too intense. So let's compare that to Midas Mode 1. And maybe there's a picture, hopefully, of our desk on the internet. I'm not seeing it. I would go to an old vlog or something. But the whole point is that drawing people in with that is super fun. And I think that it is the way that, of course, we want to do our stage design for Midas Mode 2, and pretty much what we always try to achieve anytime that we do anything at Moonduck. So that's kind of our goal there. So anyway, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, why have you never seen this before, says one of our boys in chat, Yura. And I don't know. I mean, you put so much effort into that theme stuff. Hopefully it should catch people's eye. But sometimes in esports, nobody's like going on Twitch looking for what to watch anymore. They're really that's directed. So it's kind of a balance. If you put all that focus onto trying to get something super eye-catching, it's not like you're gonna catch anybody. But the trick is keeping people. Keeping people watching the stream is important, and you could do that with nice thematic stuff like that. So let's continue over to what else we're talking about. Stage design. I got some videos I think I can show you of the arena. Let me make sure I don't have any leakies here. But the arena actually did... Yeah, this works. So the arena actually did a tournament this last week that I went and was doing some research for some stage design stuff. And I guess I'll show this video. A little sneak peek here. So they were holding a Counter-Strike video. Of course, I took a vertical video. This was just for me. Don't be mad at me, guys. But as you can see, they have that LAN area that we're going to have set up as well. And then they have a curtain, and then they have their normal esports arena right here. So that looks nice to me. That's kind of what I think we're going to be sticking with. Everybody out here can play their games on the PCs, and we're going to remove that curtain for ours. And then there you go. We just have our nice arena right there that we're going to build out. So anyway. No Betway in the stream title. Oh, God! So, yeah, basically what we're planning on for that. Stage design, I think we're going to reuse a lot of stuff we had from the last Midas Mode, but add in a bunch of new stuff for that interactivity aspect, as well as, I hear the boys at Jungle Jam are thinking about the same thing. So, to me, stage design is paramount. Your audience only gets to look at so many things, and so many esports guys just think about the stage, making it look professional, putting the trophy out there, and it's less about the panel. It's less about the people wearing stuff, thematics. It's all super important, I believe. I told you that a dozen times. Jesus, dude. Chill. Chill. No nudity here, boys. Alright, so what else do we have to talk about? We said sponsors. We said the experience. We said stage design. I don't know. What am I working? Oh, right! Crowdfunding. Let's get into this bad boy. Ooh, that's a booty! What is this? Doot boot. Anyway, so let's talk about crowdfunding. Of course, as you guys know from last week, kind of the big thing that we did was launch that Indiegogo and all that jazz. Now, last year, everybody was telling me, Slacks, you should do an Indiegogo. The community wants to support. They want to fund your tournament. And I would like to talk to you guys about the pitfalls of crowdfunding, why it's a bad thing, and how I tried to avoid those on that crowdfunding. Maybe that was last week. Was it 2 weeks ago? I think it was last week. So here you go, the Indiegogo, blah, 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 blah. All that shit. Let's talk about why it could be good and why it can be bad. Midas Mode 1, everyone's telling me to crowdfund that tournament, and I was highly against it. Why? Because crowdfunding can be good, but it also can be extremely negative. And you might not think that. Free money's free money. Why would it be negative? Well, it's pretty easy. I can't think with this music going on. I'm going to get it real about you right now, okay? Here we go. Anyway, so why can crowdfunding be negative? It is because if you crowdfund something, you give ownership of the product to the audience. Now, sometimes that's very good. Bringing in audience ownership is extremely beneficial in some ways. For instance, you might be thinking about Valve this year. Why was the Battle Pass so successful? It was successful because they were able to integrate their audience more and use psychological manipulation tactics. And just because they're manipulating you doesn't mean that they're doing a bad thing. Manipulation is sometimes good. It's beneficial for both parties. It's just you don't realize that you're doing it, which is why it's manipulation. For example, the chest voting in this year's Battle Pass. Pure psychological manipulation. How is that? Well, they let you look at all the sets, and they let you vote on which sets are good or bad. The point is not to find out what sets are going to get into the game. The point is for you to feel like you are part of that product. For you to say that you are interested in what gets into the game. Now, does that mean that you're going to buy more sets? It actually kind of does. Because when you vote on a set, even if you had no, inkling to buy sets, you're going to say, oh my God, I can't believe that set got in. I really like that one. Would you buy it if it just came out by itself in a set? Typically not. You're just going to say, oh, that set looks nice. But you putting in just a little bit of ownership into that actually is super interesting. And it makes you want to do something. Here is a little psychological trick that not a lot of people know about, but I'll be happy to share. And it is about how to make friends. We as humans are social creatures. We are used to living in hunter-gatherer packs. It's what we have evolved to do, if you believe in all that. So we only give things or care about things that inherently we have an attachment to. So if you ever want to manipulate somebody that you want to be friends with, the easiest way to do it, surprisingly, is to ask them for favors. In school, if you're still in school, if you want to be friends with somebody, go up to them and ask them for a pencil. It's very strange, but it's such a small request that they'll be like, oh, okay, and they'll give it to you. Now, the thing is, though, is that in a society, a hunter-gatherer society, you wouldn't give things to people that aren't your friends or, that you have an attachment with. So the act of making them give you something small, like a piece of gum, a pencil, something that's thrown away that doesn't even matter, they inherently, subconsciously, have a better opinion of you because they gave you something. It is very weird, but it's actually true. So, the same thing goes with stuff like what Valve did with this year's Battle Pass. By having you vote, you get attached to something. You feel like you're more doing something that, you're invested in. And even if you weren't invested, the act of you voting makes you invested and thus makes you feel ownership and thus might actually get you to buy something. That's why things were so successful. So, how does this relate to crowdfunding? Well, it has a positive effect in some ways and has a negative effect in others. When you crowdfund something, your audience says, okay, I own this now. I care about this more. And that's sometimes really, really good because, maybe viewership will go up because they paid for it. They feel like they're attached to it. This is their product. However, in something like an event, in something like an experience, that could be drastically negative. Let's talk about the other bad part about the Battle Pass. Morokai, bugs, not delivering things, all that jazz. Now, if Valve came out with that Battle Pass and said, hey guys, everything's free, this is a gift to the community, how mad could you be about the tiny prestige not coming, the lane creeps not coming? Not too much. I mean, it's a gift, free game, no bitching. But when you get your audience to put money in, they feel ownership, and then they feel that they are owed what they paid for. And inversely, that looks bad on you. For example, let's say Midas Mode 1 that we had a huge problem and there was a day that we had to cancel. Now, we didn't have any crowdfunding, so we're doing everything out of pocket. We're trying to put on that performance for you guys. If we have this huge technical issue, what can you do? However, if we did crowdfunding and we raised $100,000 and then we had a huge amount of technical issues, that's a much different thing. We gave you money to make a good program. Why is this happening? So this is the pitfall of crowdfunding. And it's also, there's a lot of other stuff in it too. Like, people do crowdfunding very wrong by saying, okay, let's have like a million different things that we have to do. If you guys do this, we'll give you a lot of deliverables. that shit kills you. If you do not put in the time to make sure that those deliverables go out, you have made enemies for life. If somebody buys something from a crowdfunding campaign and they don't get what they all ordered, they have a negative opinion for you for the rest of their lives. And that is super dangerous. You want to try to have as many people happy as possible, because you are not going to be awake at 4 a.m. when that guy posts his Reddit thread about what a piece of shit you are for not delivering on what you said you were going to do, and then they absolutely destroy you. All right? You want as many people happy as possible, and if you do have an issue and someone says, hey, I ordered this, I didn't get it, then other people that did get it can go in there and say, hey, we got ours, and then you can come in 8 hours later and try to save yourself. But if you're promising things that don't fucking come through, or you have to have a huge time investment before your event or after your event to make it happen, you are setting yourself up for a double failure. Failing to deliver is one thing. That's a single failure. Promising that you're going to deliver something, then not delivering it to the people that support you the most is the double failure. You're not just disappointing everybody, you're disappointing the actual fans that love and support your product, which is the biggest betrayal. So yes, crowdfunding can be extremely dangerous, and people don't realize that shit. So you can take it from Valve itself. You know, every year they come out with that battle pass, and every year they have a bunch of promises, and if that Baby Roshan statue is not up to quality, you will get 10,000 more hatred than you ever could have had if you just gave out that battle pass, or that little Roshan, like threw it out to the crowd as a gift. All right? It is dangerous shit. However, you need to make sure that you can get away with that. So let's talk about my crowdfunding campaign for the $1 Million Midas. Of course, the idea for $1 Million Midas came out from the $1 Million webpage, and this was pretty strategically made to make sure that what we could do was deliverables that would all make sense and be able to happen before the tournament. Now, this was a big deal. After the tournament, a lot of people come out with crowdfunding and they'll say, hey, you do all this stuff at the tournament and we'll like play 100 games with you for our top donator. We'll set it up. We'll do all that shit. Motivation to do anything after a tournament is over is so low. Everybody's tired. Everybody's like, well, they already gave us the money. What do we? Who cares? And again, that's how you die. If you don't deliver to the people that care the most, that is how you ruin yourself for every other tournament coming up. So, as you guys know, this crowdfunding campaign has 0 things after the tournament. It is literally everything before the tournament and all that. Also, our deliverables are hard deliverables. Let's talk about that. One thing people make a lot of mistakes with crowdfunding is I'm going to provide you with something. Patreons do that all the time. I'm going to provide you with an experience. Put money in and I'll make a fuckload of videos and they'll be magical, they'll be wonderful, and that'll be good. And there's really no other way to do that on Patreon. Like, that's just what it is. You're supporting the content creator. That's what it's doing. But people do that shit on, like, Indiegogos and Kickstarters, and they say, hey, oh my God, we're gonna do all these wonderful things. That's terrible, because, again, your definition of something and your audience definition of something are 2 very different things. You might think that you're nailing it. They might think that you're not, and then you're disappointing your biggest fans. So if you ever want to do crowdfunding for your wee little tournament at home, make sure that you have hard deliverables. But every single thing on this is something, you buy it, I give it to you. You buy a hero, I give you a hero skin. That's it. Our arrangement is over. We are done. I have delivered something, digital but physical to you. We're all done. And that's really the only way to make sure that you're not stabbing yourself in the back. And it's dangerous, of course. At the same time, this one was specifically made so that it was manageable and very, easy to do. Hey, Spontano. So, let's talk about prices.
Less than 3.
Thank you. A lot of big feedback that we got from this is, of course, Sir Sadim charged way too much for everything. You're right. Everything is very expensive. But at the same time, that's to make sure that we have easy deliverables. Thank you, Crystal Gaben. Now, our prices for buying a hero, a meme hero, are $1,250. That is a lot. That is a lot of money. It is achievable for people that have a decent amount of disposable income and are very passionate. Very achievable for companies or for other things. But that's the point, is that we could actually handle that. If every hero, a custom hero model, was $300, we would sell out instantly. And then could we actually deliver on that in a month and a half? Probably not. It would be pretty much impossible. So a lot of these perks are kind of like that. You know, if we sold out of everything and we actually made $1 million, well, to be real with you, I would run. You would never see me again. I'd close down every goddamn thing that I have. I would give everyone their money back that was a sponsor, and I would get the fuck. I'd move to Mexico. Just kidding. But if we sold everything, there's no way we could possibly make it. So that is why, of course, the prices are like that. It is very, very purposeful. So, yeah. Anyway. So, in short, crowdfunding, you can do it, but you're playing a game, and you're playing a game that has a very, very bad win ratio, and you're playing a game that you could easily lose. And if you lose that game, if you lose the trust of the people that love you the most and the people that support you the most, then you have lost hard, baby. They will never come back, and you have to do some real ass kissing, but you can't ass kiss everybody. So it's very dangerous, boys. Anyway, so what else can we talk about? Really not too much. For this week, I'm going back on the hunt for another big old sponsor to make sure that everybody is solid and we are going through with Midas mode. Of course, we're going to have to start talking to teams again soon. Those verbal agreements for after TI hold up, but maybe not too much. Shout out to EG, though. They actually supported Midas mode with a, for real, $3,333 for those clips. I hope that means that they're locked into playing the tournament. Would be pretty ridiculous if they did that and then didn't come. But we'll see what happens. But yes, a big deal is trying to make sure that those verbal agreements that we have with all these teams are actually not going to go down on us. So we need to lock those in real bad after TI. But I trust these Tier 1 teams, boys. I hope that it happens, because it is scary. As we saw from the last summit, you know, the Dota scene, Tier 2, Tier 3 teams, Dota scene doesn't care about them as much as they do for the Tier 1s. And if you want that hard viewership, you have got to get those Tier 1 teams, at least one. Which is, in my opinion, why the Dota 2 major system was set up like it did, where, you know, you could technically have a Tier 1 team at a minor, and that could carry the viewership over for the entire event. If there's no Tier 1 team at a minor, I don't know if anybody's watching that. And I gotta be real with the Dota community, that shit's gotta change. I know we all want to watch the hypest level Dota, the biggest names in Dota, but the small names in Dota this year are the big names in Dota next year. Who the hell knew about Thompson before last TI? Only a few people that watched his stream, you know? Who knows about these small teams until they make it big? Wings, nobody gave a shit about until they were at TI. And that is not how we create a good scene. I know you only want to watch the best, and I know a lot of us only have time to watch a few tournaments. But at the same time, if you care about Dota, you need to get those Tier 2 events. You need to get those tiny teams and show your support. Not only Valve. Valve is half the equation. Of course, if Valve put in $2 million into each miner or something from their own pocket, hyped it up, made it a big experience, sure, we could have that way. But the community itself is lying to itself right now. It's saying that they care about Tier 2 teams. You guys don't give a shit about Tier 2 teams, but we have to start trying. Because if we don't, we're unsustainable, boys. It's just the sad truth of Dota 2. It can't be all about TI. But anyway, we have to see what happens there. Can't change the hearts and minds. Of course, Valve could. If, for example, in the minors, Valve took the winning team composition, all 5 of those heroes, and they made a chest that you could only buy from the winning heroes of the winning team in the minor, and they released it for everyone that was watching that minor on the grand final day, did a little drop from old workshop sets that they're never going to use. They could easily do that. Wouldn't cost them a goddamn thing, and they could save the miners. But they're not going to do that because that costs Valve money, so they don't want to do that shit. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. So, anywho, that's kind of our big deal for the next couple of weeks, is trying to find a way to lock in those teams. I'm probably going to give them some video proposals about joining in on Midas mode, but we'll go to that for another one. We got to work on our stage. I may or may not be going to the international. Of course, talent invites are not out yet for some reason. So, yes, we will see if I'm going to TI. If I am going to TI, that is going to be a very, very intense workflow for me trying to throw Midas mode while simultaneously being at the international. If I'm not going to TI, then I'll have plenty of time. And I guess I would be going to the Jungle Jam. So there you go. So maybe I wouldn't have any time. So anyway, we shall see what that story entails. And we will see how things go. Yes. And we will continue our Midas Mode rock and rolly screens, boys. Now, of course, at the end of these blogs, we do a 15-minute AMA where you guys can ask whatever you want. We have one more minute till it is 12:40 my time. A 1, a 2, a 3. Any second now, it will change over. Don't worry about it. But yes, chat, begin your AMA. You got 15 minutes. Ask me whatever you want, and I'll answer everything I can. Unless it's a leak about future things I want to do. Let's see here. Hello? No questions, boys? First time we have no questions? Wonderful. I get to leave. Wonderful. Favorite fast food? Five Guys. No. In-N-Out when I'm in California. Literally go every time. When will casters be announced? Oh, talent. That's a good blog post later. We'll do that another time. But I'm sure as when I do that blog about what it's like hiring talent and how to find good talent, we'll do that one. Let's see. Favorite slushie from Sonic? Cherry, of course. Biggest one they got. What kind of Dota character would I be? Techies, so I could, blow myself up. Let's see. What motivates you to do Midas mode? Great question. Midas mode. Oh, I didn't even change this. I'm sorry. This is the screen I'm on. I was readjusting the wrong screen here. All right, here we go. I'll go down the line here. Any hotel deals? I'm still working on it, boys. It's hard. The venue is about 40 minutes away from my house with traffic. So, no, Mr. Roo. He's biting me. He wants his food. No, Mr. Roo. Venue's a little hard. I got to dedicate an entire day to going around to a bunch of different hotels. My venue says that they have hotel deals, but I've been poking and haven't been seeing too many updates on that. So I will let you know as soon as I can. I'm on it. Bernie! I will. What motivates you to do Midas mode?
Tell Bernie we love him.
I will. Motivation for Midas mode this year was that there was no tournaments in North America. I think that is bullshit, and the North American audience makes up not the biggest community in Dota, but it sure makes up a passionate group in Dota, and throwing tournaments in North America, of course, is hard because of, money, and people are worried about turnout, and it's just because, America doesn't have that PC culture that a lot of other countries do. In the 1980s and the 1990s, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, Sony, they all went to the console wars, and it was their job to try to integrate the arcade system into the home console system, whereas the rest of the world didn't have those big arcades, they didn't have that console war, so they were very used to doing PC gaming was their main thing. So in other parts of the world, in Europe, Sweden, Philippines, they have this big PC gaming culture. In America, they don't, so people are very worried about if we do LANs for PC game, will anyone actually show up? So Dota 2 has been slowly moving away from doing that, especially with the international. There are visa problems and the government and all that stuff. They're worried about people not being able to get in, big headaches with that. So they went to Canada last year, and now they're kind of world traveling. So to me, I love North America, of course. I think the North American Dota scene is one of the biggest struggling scenes out there because of the way that we set up in North America. When you graduate from college, you're expected to get a job. It's capitalistic. Everybody's got bills to pay. I mean, in Sweden, the government pays for everything. You pay high taxes, but, you get free healthcare. You get free great living costs. You can have a bunch of free time to play video games. In North America, you got to goddamn grind. You got to get a job. You got bills to pay. You got $30,000 of student loans out as soon as you're out of school. So, there's, of course, a less gaming scene in North America, and games are, especially in Dota, when everyone's so desperate to win TI, stability is nearly non-existent. Only EG and now kind of Beast Coast are trying to be stable North American organizations. So these things all take away from the North American Dota scene. But at the same time, a lot of North Americans love Dota. So that's why Midas Mode is here. I was disgusted and appalled that there was not a single North American tournament, and I wanted to do something about it. So there it is. Okay. How's married life? Good. Are you prepared for the upcoming economic recession? Yeah, absolutely. I'm in video games, baby. Entertainment never goes down. In fact, movies, video game purchases, all forms of entertainment go up during the economic depressions because people are miserable. If there's an issue with the workshop, do you have any backup plans? Issue with the workshop? What do you mean by that? I don't do anything for the workshop. I don't know what you're talking about. There's always issues with the workshop, like Valve stealing all the workshop stuff and making people kill each other to get things in for TI. How hype will Midas Mode be? I hope it's hype. Hype is it's a very hard thing to balance. I think that last couple weeks we almost had too much hype. People were getting oversaturated with the Midas Mode announcements, the Heroes coming out, the Indiegogo coming out, the Roshan trailer coming out. That was all in the span of like 2 weeks. So in the last week, you actually didn't hear anything about Midas Mode, and that was on purpose. I feel like I overhyped. So don't expect to see too many announcements per week anymore. I want to make sure that people are not oversaturated with Midas Mode news. How long till the announcement of the next VIP feature? I have the video clips. I am simply waiting for the right time to not oversaturate the market. I believe it will be next week. When is the international part of Midas Mode? Last 3 days. Yep. So the weekend is the weekend pass. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that is North American and EU qualifier or finals. And then the last 3 days of Midas Mode are the international segments. Let's see. Items that get bought, will that change how the item gets searched in the search bar? I don't believe so. No. I don't want pros to have a hard time buying anything. I want them to still think the mode is viable. Can I pet Mr. Rue as a VIP? Yes, Mr. Rue will be there at the event for the crowd. Will Techies receive a special buff? No, but he's probably going to be buffed if people make him be in the games. Where's the rest of the VIP content? It's coming. I wanted to make sure that I held off on that until we had more VIP tickets available from the venue. Making another trailer about VIP benefits when we sold out in less than 5 minutes of all of our VIP tickets is kind of just rubbing salt in the wound of anyone that didn't get that VIP experience. So it's taken a while to get more VIP benefits out, but I wanted to make sure that I can coincide that with more VIP tickets, or else I'm just kind of being a dick. Why were you in a Tekken tournament, sir? That's a good question. I was in a Tekken tournament because I feel like making yourself better makes you have to have new experiences. Doing Dota only for your entire career, it puts you in a grind. It makes you stale, you know? If you only do what you're used to doing, you can never do something better. It is something that I like to live by, you know? So, yeah, I don't like to betray the Dota community, quote-unquote, by doing other games. And to be honest with you, these guys offered this to me, and I had no idea about Tekken. I played Street Fighter, Soul Calibur a lot in my heyday, but I wasn't really familiar with the Tekken scene, so did a bunch of research, and I wanted to go experience something new. And I think that bringing a new experience and bringing it back to what you love, to try to find different things to improve what you love the most, is super beneficial and important. So I will always take an opportunity to work something that isn't Dota. I've worked, PUBG and this Tekken tournament. That's really it that I've done so far. But seeing other communities, how they do things, why they do things, and then bringing that knowledge back to try to improve the Dota scene is, I think, super important. And it's why people like ESL and PGL are so successful, because they do a variety of the games. And they see what works with other talent, other communities, and they implement that and make changes. So I think it's important, man. That is why I did it. Why do you hate Wind Ranger? Awful hero. Wind Ranger is based solely on skill shots to be able to do anything. A good shackle is a type of skill shot. A good arrow is a type of skill shot. It's fucking bullshit. Who would pick a hero that bases everything that they can do on skill shot chance? You could pick Vengeful Spirit, I click on a hero, that stun is guaranteed to land for full duration. Boom! Why leave anything up to risk, baby? Not only that, but you put a fucking Wind Ranger in the off lane, you give them unlimited farm. They have to get an Ags, they have to get some kind of crit, they have to get like a Desolator, they have to get like 4 times as many items. You put a Slark in that off lane, he gets a Shadow Blade, baby ready to play, baby ready to party. You put a Wind Ranger in there, she don't do shit. There's an opportunity for her to not to do shit, and even if she gets all the farm, all the items, what does she do? Nothing if she misses her skill shots. Do you understand how stupid that is? Shadow Fiend, you give him all the items he needs, he will win the game. There are no skill shots. Wind Ranger, she has literally unlimited farm and items, and she could miss the skill shots and do literally nothing. Also, the bitch kills herself with her own ult if you have a blade mail. Who would want to play that? Who looks at all the heroes in Dota 2 and says, I want the one that can kill herself by accident, and there's literally nothing I can do to stop it. I hate that hero. I hate people that pick that hero. You want to know why people pick Wind Ranger? Because it's fun. It is a very fun hero. I've played Wind Ranger. It is fun. It's a good feeling to land those big power shots. But if you want to have fun, then play single player. This is Dota. It's a multiplayer game where we want to win. Okay, you think I like playing Crystal Maiden and having brown boots for 50 minutes? No! But I like to win. I'm not there to have fun. When I want to go have fun, I play Pokemon Snap. Get the hell out of the game. That's why I don't like her. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Is there going to be a dirt mall? No. No. I can't do dirt mall anymore, baby. I can't. I love you, Pyrian Flax. But every time we did dirt mall, my boy Pyrian Flax would say, this time, Jake, you're not going to do it alone. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to really work hard. And it was just me doing everything. I can't handle that shit anymore. No. Maybe if I ever get somebody else to help me with it, if Moonduck Studios does an official dirt mall or something, maybe. But it's hard, baby. Did I chop Mr. Rue's balls off? Nope, they were missing when I got them. How many teams are we aiming for? 12 teams. Can I watch Midas mode online? Can I do it naked? I'd prefer it if you did. Must see top 5 Denver attractions. Go up to Boulder, head up to the Flatirons. It's completely free. You can drive to the top. You get an amazing view, and you can do some rock climbing or just some walking or some hiking. Flatirons are amazing. Go visit Boulder. Go visit Denver. Go visit the Butterfly Pavilion. It's $5, and you get to see a bunch of butterflies. We got a great zoo. Got a great amusement parks. Boulder really has it all. Oh, and microbrews. Go to small breweries and taste a bunch of different booze. Very good. Why don't we have any events in London? Don't they have ESL Birmingham? Isn't that good enough? Midas Mode Europe. Will there ever be? I don't know. We'll see how Midas Mode goes when it's 20 minutes away from my house. Then we'll see about international. How do you decide how to go about promising things that would actually work? There's so many moving parts. How do you convince the teams, the venue owners, the sponsors, the ticket buyers? Everything will actually come true. Do you have any give money back on policy? How do you go about this? What a great question. It's all built on trust. And trust is something that is very, very easy to earn. It's hard to earn. It's extremely easy to lose. And you don't get many chances. For example, you might be asking, how did GESC happen, right? They go to this tournament, everybody works there, everybody plays, nobody gets paid, Valve's not helping out, no one's helping out, the teams aren't getting paid, the talent aren't getting paid. How did this happen? Because esports, a lot of the stuff is built on trust. You go to the first event, you see how it goes, and then you decide if that's going to continue. And if you fuck it up like GESC did, no one's ever going to go back again. There's a lot of other guys that have done that too. There's other tournaments where talent says, I will literally never work one of these again. That was my first one. But it's all built on trust. Getting hired as talent is built on trust. You know, trust that I'm actually going to give a shit when I go to your tournament, that I'm going to do my job, that I'm going to promote everything that you want me to promote. But losing that trust just once means that you never really get it back. And that was a big deal for the first Midas mode. We went all out for that because we wanted to do this new thing and build that trust and say, hey, we succeeded in that. We can do it again. And that's, again, this one here. So if I F this up, there will never be another Midas mode, most likely. No teams will give me a chance. No sponsors will give me a chance. But it's that inherent trust that I can pull it off that build relationships for the future. So yes, it is weird. And there are not a bunch of Fallout policies, especially in esports. Esports is kind of a wild west. You can do whatever you want, you know? So we all have to live on this system of trust. And sometimes it bites you in the butt, but most of the times it doesn't. Are all your sponsors US-based? Nope. In fact, Betway, I think, mostly cares about Europeans and not US. So, no, not at all. I'm late again. Sorry, buddy. How many people are predicting to stay overnight? I have no idea. And I'm actually super excited to find out. Do you think Chinese teams have an advantage this TI, and how much? I actually think Chinese teams don't. In fact, I would say the negative. I'd say the opposite. I feel like Chinese teams are probably not going to place high because there is a ton of pressure on them, much more so than any other time. And if there's one thing that the International will teach you, it's that the teams that feel the least amount of pressure are the ones that win it. Kuro, when Liquid won TI, he told his team, don't give a shit. We're not at the International, play it like a pub. OG was expected to be the least placing team in that tournament. They did crazy shit. They did whatever they wanted. They broke the book. Every team that thinks that they're going to win TI never does. And the Chinese scene is under an immense amount of pressure to win this International. I really hope they do. I think it would be great for Chinese Dota if they won the Chinese TI. I don't even think they're going to be in the top 3, personally. Alrighty. Will you try out Monster Hunter? Maybe. Someone buys creep camps. Can we mix and match abilities? What? No. Would you date me? Maybe. Now, I'm married, dude. No dating. Get out of here. Let's see. If you could be Ricardo or Arteezy, who would you be? Ricardo. Arteezy for a day. Why would anyone want to be Arteezy in general? Not just for a day. No offense to Arteezy. Do you think Valve invests enough money and effort into Dota 2? What a hard question. I think Valve is extremely good at investing the perfect amount to make sure they get what they want, which makes them such a valuable company. Overwatch League, I would be surprised if less than like 3,000 people were involved in that. Making that a success. You have to pay every single one of those people. You have to give benefits to every one of those people. You have to invest everything into those people. Valve, who knows how many people are working on what they do. But at the same time, they're making more money than anybody. Do I think that that's right? Do I think that that's good for long-term shit? No, absolutely not. But at the same time, is it technically right because they're making the most money out of any esport and doing the least amount? Yeah, technically that's the right thing to do. So yeah, I mean, I think that according to Valve, they do. Their basic philosophy is we'll go in and fix shit when it goes wrong. Not a bad philosophy, because you don't have to pay 400 people to be there when shit isn't wrong. So yeah, I love Sadeem's Reddit account. Thank you. He is quite a bastard. Should have gotten a VIP ticket. There are more. How do I get a glorious body like yours? Depression and a lot of time on a computer. We don't need more VIP announcements. Yeah, well, there's going to be more tickets. Do you consider selling the sound effect and music? I did. I put in a lot of thought at it, and sound design in Dota is absolutely essential to understanding what's happening in a team fight. I would like the pro players to still consider the tournament competitive, because if they don't, the gameplay gets really stale, boring, and stupid. So no. I won't be changing anything on sounds, I don't think. Unless it is a completely inconsequential sound and someone gives me a fuckload of money to do it. Are you digging Omni Knight? Absolutely not, he's awful. If you had a kid, would you want to become a pro gamer? No, I would not. I think that pro gamers have a really hard life. You're stuck in a team house with 5 other guys playing Dota 2 for 16 hours a day, praying to God that you make it to the international and then you get last place. It is a very hard life. If I could trade my job with a pro player, I would never do it. And, maybe I don't have the same competitive drive. I love winning. But at the same time, I get time with my family. I get time to enjoy my life. I get to interact with the community. There's so much better things you can do as talent than as a pro. As a pro, you're playing the game. But of course, I have a different personality. A lot of these pros are just, very competitive, and they want to be millionaires. Can't fault them for that. It's a long process to become a millionaire, though, in this game. A lot of sacrifice, and a lot of times that sacrifice does not pay off. Oh, here's the part where I went on my Wind Ranger rant. Oh, you guys are talking about Rays. You got me there. PM me nudes. Too good. How do you come up with such crazy idea for content in Midas mode? I don't know. It is my one talent is idea generation, I guess. The one thing that I can do. So, thanks for answering. No clothes. I'll watch naked. Do you smoke weed? I don't smoke weed. I don't even drink. I don't think I've actually never been drunk. I've been real tipsy, though. I don't believe in that shit, baby. That's the brain. Why would you want to impair your own brain? Your brain is everything. I don't even know if reality is real. I don't know if I'm in a simulation. And you're going to impair your ability to look at the world around you in any way? Fuck that, dude. That's crazy. No way I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. Fuck that shit. Your brain is the one thing that you have in existence. Do you even exist? I don't even know. But your consciousness is all you had. In psychology, we have this thing called the glass full scenario. I don't know what it's called, but did you know that if you do like a mind-altering drug like acid or LSD, you could potentially get some kind of psychological problem that never goes away? You might just become a schizophrenic because your body was predisposed barely over the glass tipping over. Fuck that shit. No way, dude. No way. Although right before I die, I'm going to go on a massive LSD trip. That's the plan. All right, let's see. Any psychological tips to spruce up my Tinder profile? I don't know. I'm not good at the dating game. I found my one by accident. So I can't help you there. Sorry. In Midas mode, can teams pay money to permanently ban a hero? No permanent bans, but we're going to up the ban prices and the pick prices a lot this time. Where's the Moonduck store? Ooh, I'll tell you soon. My brain is dead. I need crack for it to work. That's fine. Go to food to cook when you want a real nice meal. Vegan meal sometimes. I don't believe in eating real things. I try to pump as many preservatives into my body as possible. You know, flowers, broccoli, that shit dies. Why would you want something that dies inside of you? I bet you in 1,000 years they'll show that eating anything that was once alive is the key of dying. I dream for the day where all we eat are high-only preservatives, man-made preservatives. The inside of my body is akin to a mummy. I'll never die because all I eat are McDonald's French fries. Have you guys ever dropped a McDonald's French fry under your couch and found it 8 years later and it still is exactly the same? That's what I want in me. I want to live forever. So all I eat are McDonald's French fries. Any tips for sending nudes to my dad? Don't do it. That's my tip. The Moonduck link on the Betway Midas Mode 2 perks page is broken. Good? Send me more information on that. If you could barbecue any meat, what would you pick? I've always wanted to eat an ostrich leg, an entire one. You are incredibly stupid. Excellent. Excellent. Will you hang out with me if we can go to Red Rocks? Maybe. I'm going to be very busy. And that will do it. That is all of the questions, guys. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure. I'll slap this bad boy on. And that will do it. How did you end up hosting a Tekken tournament? We already went through that for quite some time. And thank you very much. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all for watching the Midas Mode blog. We'll get back to work on more Midas Mode. It's time to find another sponsor. Toodaloo.